This is a listening exercise. Turn on your closed captioning and just listen. If you are listening to this, it means you are taking time to improve your English, and that is already something to be proud of. You don't need to rush. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to listen, relax, and stay curious. Today, I want to talk with you, not at you, about how people learn English naturally. This is not a lesson with rules, tests, or pressure. Think of this as a conversation you are quietly listening to, the way you might listen to people talking in a cafe or on a train. So, first, let me ask you something. Why are you learning English? You don't need to answer out loud, but take a moment to think about it. Maybe you are learning English for work. Maybe it's for travel. Maybe it's for school. Or maybe you just want to understand movies, music, or conversations around you. All of those reasons are good reasons. But here is something that is really important to keep in mind. Children learn languages without studying grammar books. They learn by listening again and again. They hear the same words many times. They hear mistakes. They hear natural speech. Over time, their brains begin to understand patterns. As an adult, you can do something similar. You don't need to understand every word you hear. In fact, it's better if you don't. Feeling slightly confused is a normal and healthy part of learning a language. Let me explain what I mean by that. When you listen to English that is a little bit above your level, your brain starts working quietly in the background. You may not notice it, but connections are forming. Sounds become familiar. Phrases begin to feel natural. For example, you may hear someone say, "That makes sense." At first, maybe you translate it in your head. Later, you stop translating. You just feel the meaning. That moment, that feeling, is real progress. Now, let's slow down and talk about listening. Listening is the foundation of natural language learning. Before speaking comes listening. Before writing comes listening. Even before reading fluently comes listening. So, when you listen to English, try not to fight the language. Let it come to you. Imagine the words floating by like clouds. You don't need to catch every cloud. If you understand the general idea, that is enough. Let's practice that idea right now. I'm going to talk about something very ordinary. Every morning, many people wake up and check their phones. They look at messages, news, or the weather. Some people feel calm in the morning. Others feel rushed. They drink coffee or tea, get dressed, and prepare for the day. You don't need to remember every detail. Just notice that you understand the story. That's natural understanding. Now let's talk about speaking. Many English learners are afraid to speak. They worry about making mistakes. They worry about their accent. They worry about sounding foolish. But here is a secret. Everyone who speaks English well has made thousands of mistakes. Mistakes are not a sign of failure. They are a sign of movement. When you speak, think of English as a tool, not a test. You are using language to communicate, not to impress other people. If you say, "Yesterday I go to store," people will still understand you. And next time, you might say, "Yesterday I went to the store." That change happens naturally over time. Now let me tell you a short story. This is about something that happened in the past. But when I tell you the story, I'm going to use the present tense. Are you ready? Here it is. A man moves to a new country. At first, he understands very little. At the grocery store, he points at things instead of speaking. He smiles a lot. He listens carefully. At night, he watches TV shows, even though he only understands maybe 30%. After a few months, something interesting happens. He starts understanding jokes. He starts finishing people's sentences in his head. One day, he speaks without translating first. He doesn't know exactly when this happened. It just happened. That is how natural language learning works. Now let's talk about something very important. It's patience. Learning English is not a straight line. Some days you will feel confident. Other days you may feel stuck or frustrated. This is normal. Think of learning like the ocean. Sometimes the water is calm. Sometimes there are waves. But the water is always moving. If you listen a little every day, even 10 or 15 minutes, you are making progress. Consistency matters more than intensity. Now I want you to imagine something. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You are listening to English, and it feels easier. You catch phrases without effort. You understand more than you did before. That future version of you is created by small daily habits. Listening, noticing, repeating. Now let's talk about repetition. Repetition is powerful, but it should feel natural. Watching the same video again is not boring. It's helpful. Each time you listen, you hear something new. The first time, you understand the topic. The second time, you notice vocabulary. The third time, you hear pronunciation and rhythm. This is why long-form listening is so useful. Now, let's slow down and breathe for a moment. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Good. You are doing well. Let me ask you another question. Do you enjoy English, or do you feel pressure when you learn it? If learning feels stressful, try changing your approach. Choose topics you enjoy. Listen to stories, conversations, or calm explanations like this one. Language grows best in a relaxed mind. Listen to poetry. Listen to short stories. Listen to the news. Before we finish, I want to leave you with one final idea. You are not bad at languages. You are simply in the process of learning. Every minute you listen matters. Every sentence you understand matters. And every time you come back to practice, you are moving forward. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed listening, come back again. Let English become a familiar voice in your life. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. This has been your teacher, Paul, on Learn American English online, on YouTube,